Today I would like to discuss osmotic pressure. Dear children, myself Dr. Digna Varghese. We know osmosis, that is the spontaneous flow of solvent to solution side through a semi-permeable membrane. We also know reverse osmosis. Reverse osmosis is the process just opposite to the normal osmosis process, in which the solvent from the solution side flows into pure solvent side. In the case of osmosis, solvent to solution flow through a semi-permeable membrane occurs, but in the case of reverse osmosis, here from the solution part, solvent flows spontaneously to the pure solvent side through a semi-permeable membrane. So it is just reverse of osmosis. So it is known as reverse osmosis. Now we are going to discuss osmotic pressure. That is our today's topic. Osmotic pressure is a colligative property. Do you know, children, what is colligative property? Colligative properties are properties of dilute solutions. Okay, dilute solutions. Solutions, we know there are two components, solute and solvent particles, which depend only on the number of solute particles present in a given amount of solvent and not in any way upon the nature of the solute particles. So colligative properties depends only on the number of solute particles in a solvent, both solute and solvent together known as solution, and not depending on the nature of the solute particles. Okay. Here you can see some examples of colligative properties: elevation of boiling point, lowering of vapor pressure, depression of freezing point, osmotic pressure, which means that when a non-volatile solute add to a volatile solvent, okay, when a non-volatile solute add to volatile solvent, it will lowers vapor pressure and elevates its boiling point, depresses its freezing point, and causes the phenomenon of osmotic pressure. So, colligative properties depending upon the number of solute particles, not the nature of solute particles. Okay. In this chapter, we shall consider the property of osmotic pressure in some detail. So now we are going to define osmotic pressure. Osmotic pressure of a solution at a given temperature is the minimum excess pressure that must be applied to the solution in order to prevent the entry of solvent into the solution through a perfectly semi-permeable membrane separating the solvent and the solution. Okay, children. We know osmosis is the spontaneous flow of solvent into solution through a semi-permeable membrane. Here, an excess minimum pressure in order to stop the process of osmosis. Okay, that excess pressure is known as osmotic pressure. Now you know the definition of osmotic pressure. children, how can you measure the osmotic pressure of the solution? So we are moving to the next topic, measurement of osmotic pressure. Measurement of osmotic pressure is done by Berkeley's and Hartley's method. Here you can see the Berkeley-Hartley's apparatus used for the measurement of osmotic pressure of the solution. The parts of the apparatus is capillary tube, piston, pressure gauge, solution part, solvent part, solution part, and porous spot with a semi-permeable membrane, a gunmetal case, water reservoir. The pure solvent is taken in the horizontal porous cell, in the pores of which copper ferrocyanide has been deposited for semi-permeability. Okay. This cell is placed within the gunmetal case or a steel vessel. The large outer vessel, that is here and here, filled with the solution whose osmotic pressure is to be determined. Okay. We know osmosis is the flow from pure solvent to solution. But osmotic pressure is the pressure, excess minimum pressure to prevent osmosis. Okay. So a gradually increasing pressure is applied to the piston, applied to the solution by means of a piston. Okay. By means of a piston in such a way that the level of the solvent in the capillary tube remains steady at the initial position itself. The pressure applied to the solution, which just prevents the flow of water to solution or solvent to solution through the semi-permeable copper ferrocyanide membrane, which is noted by the pressure gauge. Okay. An excess pressure is applied to the solution through a piston so as to the solvent to solution flow prevents. So the solvent level in the capillary tube remains same as the initial position. This excess pressure measured by pressure gauge, so it prevents the flow of solvent to solution, or it prevents osmosis through the semi-permeable membrane, which is noted by the pressure gauge. This gives the osmotic pressure of the solution. So we can measure the osmotic pressure of the solution. This method has some advantages. This method is quick and accurate. Basting is eliminated by osmosis, and no change in the concentration of the solution during the measurement. Basting occurs in the case of osmosis, that is eliminated here. By this I concluded. Thank you for your attention.